All right, here's the list of things that you're going to need to clean your outside windows. Look at my cute little puppy. Isn't she cute? Puppy is optional. Yes, it is. Okay, you're going to need a bucket for water. You're going to need a window scraper. I get these at the dollar store. Just to let you know that when you get these scrapers, they come packaged upside down. The blade is upside down inside the handle. You'll notice that because of the rounded edges. When you see the rounded edges, you'll know that that is the dull side. You'll open it up, press it open, pull the blade out, and turn it around, and then put it back into your handle. This edge is razor sharp. So once you're done with it, I recommend that you then take it out like I have and dry it off, flip it back around, and put it back into the handle so that anytime you go to grab it or use it, you have your dull side up and don't get yourself hurt. You're going to need a nice firm scrub brush. You're going to need this chemical. It is called Power. It is a hard water remover descaler. I use it in my shower. I use it on my outside windows. It is fantastic. It is mixed 5-to-1. So you're going to put 1 unit of the pink chemical to 5 units of water. I use this sprayer. It is a high output chemical sprayer. It actually puts out a large amount of the spray, and it's also made to be able to hold chemicals. I got this at Home Depot. So what I do is I'll put my pink chemical in to the 5, and then I fill it up with water to the 25 ounce. You can, I usually fill it up just a little bit higher and put a little bit more water in it, just because I don't like to constantly refill my bottle. So pick this up at your local Home Depot store or Lowe's or something. You're going to need some rags that you're going to use to rinse off this chemical, because you do not want this chemical to dry on your windows. And you're going to want to rinse it after you're done as well. Because of the acidity of this chemical, it can etch your windows if it dries. So you don't want this to dry on your windows. You want to get it rinsed off with some nice clean water. No soapy water, just clean water. And then you're going to need some paper towels in order to be able to dry off your windows when you're done. Just want to show you, see that horrible film? And over here, the horrible film that we have that builds up on our windows, that is going to be gone. All right, now that I have my window open, there's these 2 little tabs. There's one there and there's one there. On my particular screens, what you do is you're going to push in to the opposite side of where the tabs are, and there's these little springy things that will actually relieve the tension on the screen, and you'll be able to get it out. So you take these and you're just going to push in like that on both up and bottom, and boom, it comes out just like that. Okay, and we're going to clean the screen. We're going to clean out all of this, and we're going to clean out off these windows so we can get some beautiful sunlight in here. All right, now that we're outside, now we got to get down into our window well. So I have this little ladder. If you don't have this, just use a ladder, and if it's an A-frame, just keep it together and kind of lean it, and you'll be able to get down here. So I'm going to step down into here and get down into my window well. All right, here I am in my window well. Have my lovely glasses on. Sorry. Couple of things when you're down here. First, make sure there's no mice or other creatures, because if you're like me, I'm afraid of mice. So I've looked it through. I'm down here now. There's nothing down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pink chemical that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Hopefully you have it mixed down to the ratio that I told you. And we're going to take it and we're going to spray it all over our windows, and we're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. All right, so we've let our chemical sit for about 5 minutes. Mine's getting a little dry, so I'm going to respray it. All right. So now you're going to take the tool that I recommended at the very beginning of the video. I get my tool at the dollar store. There's no sense spending a lot of money. Dollar store works perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going across my window like this. And you will see, and push hard. Don't push so hard you're going to break your window, but push with some force because you're going to feel the film on the window. And right now I'm just going across. And do you hear that? That's the buildup of from your water. Okay. Now I'm going to get it wet again. Once is not enough. Saturated. Okay, now I went side to side. Now I'm going to go up and down. And when I'm going up and down or along my frame at all, I take a little more care to make sure I get right up against there and push to get all that buildup right along my frame. If you get a little bit of plastic, not a big deal. It's just part of your framing. It's not going to hurt it any. So I go down, and I can feel it. I can literally feel it when I have some buildup. So I work a little harder on those areas. And I just go up and down. Okay. I get all the way across my window again. Okay. Now, if you want, you can also take this little tool and you can go along your frame and you can get the buildup that's on your frame as well. All the dirt and grime that is on your little frame. Take a little more care. Don't push quite as hard. You don't want to be tearing up your plastic a ton. I usually don't worry too much about my framing. It is outside after all. But that's totally up to you as to what you want. A couple of things about this chemical. Do not let this chemical dry on your window. Like I said, it is acidic. It is an acid. It will kind of etch your windows if you let it dry on a hot day. That's why I'm doing it now. Like I said, it's about 45 degrees here. It's a perfect day. So don't let it dry. Next, what you're going to do after you've scraped and gotten all that buildup off, just take some nice, just plain water, no soap, nothing. And I just take it and I just wash all of that off. Put it all go in there a couple of times. You're outside, you just let it get wet as you want. Don't forget to clean where your screens are. This is where your screen sits, right in these little channels here. And bugs and other things get in there, so just clean it all up. Right. Then if you saw a lot that buildup, that dirt, just take your water and literally just start pouring it in there. I'm going to use this because I've got so much buildup. Like I said, it's been a couple of years. Here's the buildup from my screen channel. Hey baby, there's my puppy. If you can see my puppy in there, she's all upset that she can't be out here with me. And if you have cement on there, like I've got a little bit of cement in there, you can literally take this and just knock it off. That's all up to you as to how clean you want it to be. You can spend 2 minutes cleaning the frame part. You can spend 30 minutes. It just depends how much time you want to put into it. If you're good with just your window being clean, then that's what you go with. All right, then you take paper towels. Life with a dog. Take some paper towels. My dog, I don't know about you guys, but my dog loves paper towels. She just is nuts over them. And then take some paper towels, dry it off. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take this first. I hate wasting paper towels, so I usually will take this and dry this off first, just to get all that extra water off. There's no sense wasting paper towels trying to dry the water. You can use newspaper too. If you subscribe to the newspaper, saving newspapers, you can use newspapers to wash windows. It's fantastic for outside. I just don't subscribe to newspapers, so I do sometimes get them from my neighbor because my daughter has a snake, and so we use them for the bottom of the snake cage. Right now we don't have any. And here we go. Nice and clean. I did the one earlier before the video. So I'm just going to come over here and make sure I dry that off as well. All right. All right, and that's it. That's how easy it is to clean your windows outside. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to show you the before and after, the residue and what it looks like now. All right, here it is. Here is the window. Look at the difference of that. Can you see that? Man, it's like night and day. And I haven't even cleaned the inside of the windows yet. I will be coming in and cleaning the insides of them as well, but huge difference. Huge difference. It will let so much more sunlight in. So now let's go figure out and show you how I clean my screens. All right, now we're gonna clean the screen. What you're gonna need for your screen is hot soapy water and some more of that pink chemical that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take and you're gonna spray down your screen with that pink chemical and let it sit again. So let's do that. I'll see you in a minute. So one tip is when I'm cleaning my screens, I actually have a piece of wood that I put behind my screen because I don't want to get my chemicals on my house or in my grass. I just don't want, to risk killing my grass or discoloring my stucco. So I literally put a piece of wood behind it so that when I spray, the wood can catch my extra chemicals. So that's a good tip for you while you're spraying. All right, so here we are. Got my screen sprayed with that pink chemical that I showed you. I've got my hot soapy water. I have this big bristle brush. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come over to your screen and you're just gonna start scrubbing away. And you will see all this dirt just come off. Can you see that? Can you see all that dirt? So you're gonna do both sides. I sprayed both sides and I'm gonna scrub both sides. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll be back in a minute. Like I said just a minute ago, I'm just gonna scrub the screen. I've already done this side pretty much. I'm just gonna scrub it. Don't forget to get the frame. Get all that dirt off. If you got residue, like I've got residue down here, don't be afraid to hit it again. So I'm going to flip it around, and if you see, look at all that dirty water. That was all in my screen. So we're going to flip it over, grab some more on this side. afraid to get in these channels. Again, it's just like your window frame. Just like your window frame. However clean you want it. You can spend an hour per screen or you can spend 5 minutes. I don't spend a lot of time. It's outside. I have more important things to do than to sit and clean all the time. So, to me, if it's good enough that I can get sunlight in, I'm happy. Okay. Make sure you do both sides. Now you can also do right along here. Don't forget your little springs. That's where all the bugs and everything like to hide. So, I go all the way around. Alright, sorry, I had to get rid of my dog, put her inside. She's barking at the neighbors. So, anyways, just continue on scrubbing. If these come out, you can put them back in. Sometimes these little tabs come out, and there's a little tabby spot. You can just push them back in. So once you get it all nice and soapy and scrubbed up, all you're going to do is you're going to rinse this off with your hose. Alright, so a good tip for you when you're rinsing your screen is to kind of angle your hose down like this, and it will make a cascading effect so that you don't have to waste so much water. So just make a little cascade and it just literally cascades down like that. That's all there is to it to rinsing your screen. So now comes the drying part. And again, I don't like wasting paper towels. So what I do is I usually tap it a couple of times on the ground, flip it to the top, to the bottom, tap, flip it over, tap, flip it to the top to the bottom, tap. And that will get most of your water out. And then you can just take, again, paper towels, newspaper, whatever you've got, and go through and just dry up your screens. So next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you clean the insides of your windows. I just use a good old glass cleaner. You can use vinegar and water. You can use just regular water. It's all up to you what you like to use. No judgment here. If you'll look, there's lots of dirt that gets into these little crevices. So clean those all up. See all that dirt? Again, it's up to you as to how much time you want to spend getting these clean. You can even tip these windows out, but I'll save that for another day to show you how to clean and remove the window. Each is different for each it's different for each window, but I can show you on my windows how I am able to take them out another day, and how to repair your screens. No sense buying a new screen if your frame is still good. This side really quick. And a good tip, I used to be a maid, had my own maid business. A good tip to do windows is end your shower doors or anything. Go one direction one way when you're washing the windows, and so on the outside you can go across, and on the inside go up and down. That way if you have streaks, you know which side the window is that has the streaks on them, because you'll see the directional pattern. I've got mud on here. Okay, that's good. So now what you're going to do is you've got it in here as well. Let's go ahead and clean that out. This one will probably be worse than the one that's inside because, again, it's on the outside. So it's got all the elements that's going to hit it. much time as you want. If you want these to be pristine, you take that time to make it pristine. Mine, I'm usually, it's good enough, usually is how I feel when I get it to a certain point. Because I know in a couple of years, I'm going to be doing it again because there's no way to stop wind from blowing. All right, so now you're going to take your screen and you're going to do exactly what you did before. You're going to put it outside your window. You're going to put your springy parts in first. Push against the frame and get it locked in that channel. And just like that. Your screen is in, nice and clean. Your windows are beautiful and clean. Boom. And as you see, we have beautiful, clean, gorgeous windows. Happy cleaning. All right, I'm going to show you really quickly how to add one of those to your screen. I had one pop off as I was cleaning. So what you're going to do is you're going to take some needle nose and you're going to, don't mind my puppy, she's just walking around. You're going to pull up this spine right here. You're going to pull up your screen and you're going to find the area where it's supposed to go. So it's supposed to go like this. It kind of has a little channel in it. There. And you're just going to place it in that channel. Like that. Kind of want to get this tongue part right here underneath, right here, and then just kind of push it down like that. Okay. And then you're going to lay your screen back, lay your spine back, and I just take my needle nose and I just push it back in here. You can get a spine tool. If you don't have a spine tool, you can use this. I'm just too lazy to go get my spine tool to fix this little thing. And you just push this all back into place. Easy peasy. Peace out.